Okay, good afternoon, WMNF 88.5 FM. This is Midpoint on Wednesdays with your host, NOLA. Back and better than ever on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. We have a few things to talk about today, but first things first. I have a special guest in the studio with me. I have AICHA here, author here. She's going to talk to us about her book here. Good afternoon, AICHA. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Thank you for being here. But shout out to everybody that participated in the Women's March this past weekend.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a tremendous representation of the power of women. Let me see. What are your thoughts about that as a woman?
It was very inspiring. It was inspiring. It was empowering to watch. They had a great turnout. The signs that were out there, the signs that they made were absolutely a representation of girl power, and not just girl power, but also addressing other issues. I seen a sign out there that said, "Dear world, on behalf of the U.S., I'm sorry," and women's rights to vote and just everything, equality and equal pay and women's suffrage. And it was amazing. Not even just women, but I see a lot of the younger generation was out there as well. There were people out there with their kids, and it was a awesome display of girl power. I loved it.
And the good thing about it too, there were a lot of men that actually did participate. A lot of men were there.
A lot of men were there. Yeah,
which I thought was a good way to actually. Yeah, so like if you ever see some of those fine signs right there, Rob Lauria has some signs on his page, and I'm gonna actually share that on our page. Some very interesting signs. Are a lot of fun. So shout out to everybody that participated in that. That's exactly what it is. It's the second year in a row right now.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Well, on the backdrop of the Women's March was the government shutdown. I know a lot of people have actually talked about that in reference to like other shows and everything, but a week later we haven't talked about it, so I want to make a mention of that. And I want to know what your thoughts about that, about the government shutdown. Do you feel like the Democrats got rolled when it comes to the DACA legislation and everything else? What are your thoughts about that? So I always encourage everybody to join the conversation. You know this. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything about that's on your mind you want to spill, because this is a community conscious radio station right here in Tampa Bay, but we cover everything from Pinellas, Pasco, Polk County, and many more. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about that, please feel free to call in. Phone number is 813-239-9663. You can send a text to 813-433-0885, or you send me an email during this broadcast at dj@wmnf.org. So, AICHA, let's talk about your book. You have a book out right now. It's called, what's the name of your book?
It's called I Had to Woman Up.
You had to woman up. What does that mean? In the spirit of women empowerment, what does that mean?
It means taking all of your pain and turning it into power, basically. And I got the name from an expo that we do here in the Tampa Bay area, Woman Up. That's an empowerment expo for women.
Right.
We do it yearly. And I incorporated the name with the book. Because I kind of wanted to put all my trials and tribulations and how I was able to overcome them and use all of what I went through as fuel to my success. And I created the book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So, like, what are some of the lessons that we can learn from the book?
There's tons of lessons that you can learn in the book. It talks about relationships, and it talks about forgiveness. It talks about leveling up, love, dating down, strength. It's tons of different lessons that you can learn in the book here.
And why do you think this book is actually relevant, especially to this climate, to this culture right now that we live in right now?
I think that the book is relevant because of where we are in time right now. We have came so far with women's rights, but I don't think we've come far enough. And I think that this book lets women know that you are strong. Just like tying into the Women's March the other day, that we had, that lets us know that we have a voice, that we're strong, and that we can overcome, and this book does the same thing. So it definitely is a must read. It ties into all of that what we have going on here and basic struggles that women go through that, men are unaware of.
What are some of the things that you like? Because as a black woman in the United States of America, I mean, I think we've talked about this a few times and stuff. Or do you feel like the culture in itself? I mean, because I've always talked about that we're going through a culture shift right now. When we look at it, especially when it comes to like the present day administration, like a whole lot of people are not being represented.
Correct.
And as a black woman in the United States of America, what are your thoughts about that in the climate we are right now?
I think you're absolutely correct. I think that we are underrepresented. I don't think that we have the voice that we need. And I think it's about time that we do have the voice that we need. We do have many activists that do speak up for us, but I do think we lack a strong Black woman to give us that representation that we do need.
Speaking of strong Black woman, there is a strong Black woman that's rumored to might be running for president of the United States.
Excited.
You'd be so excited. Why would you be so excited?
To me, it wouldn't matter if she was Black or white. But the fact that she is a Black woman, and, you know, I am a Black woman, you know, that gives us the shift that we need to go forward. And I think that's very important. Oprah to me is the mother of one of the mothers of America. You know, we've seen her for years. She's given us all advice. She's been on millions and millions of TV screens in our homes. I think all of us, you know who she is. And regardless of the fact of what we feel, she would be an excellent candidate. I think that she is a good representation of a Black woman. And I think that she could give us the push that we need to bring true change to America.
True change to America. See, me, I know fully well, like, I don't know. I just feel like I think it's a wonderful idea just because, I mean, Oprah shows a lot of qualities that you want in a leader when it comes to empathy, understanding what people need, and decorum and respect and all that. But I don't know. I just feel like we have a monster in the White House right now. A monster as in like a powerful person in the White House right now. And I feel like a whole bunch of people are jaded by the fact that you have an inexperienced person in the White House. I think maybe a lot of people are done with that part of it, because they don't feel like, you know what, if you don't have the experience, because people are willing to take a chance, but we see where that is right now. Yeah. And we see that a whole lot of positive things coming out, because you could talk about the economy. And I'll say this with the economy. The president has maybe little to do with the economy. Let's be honest about it. You know, if we're being honest. But everything else, when it comes to like policy change, you know, knowing what you got to do, it just seems like, I mean, I don't know where I stand when it comes to it. It's still early.
It is.
It's still early.
It's still very...
But at the same time, when it says something about the liberal movement, the Democratic Party in itself, when you feel like you have to get a powerful, popular person like Oprah to defeat a Donald Trump. After everything else that you feel like he's done, you would think every logical person who could walk upright and speak correct English and actually know the law or the Constitution of this country will be viable to beat him, but it just doesn't seem that way.
I think that's what we need right now to beat him. I don't think they're, and I'm not sure, maybe I'm speaking a bit prematurely, but I'm not sure of any other candidate that political candidate that could beat him. I think Oprah would be the ideal candidate to defeat him.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I want to know your thoughts about that. You think Oprah is a viable candidate to actually defeat President Donald Trump in 2020? I want to know what your thoughts are. 813-239-9663. You send me a text to 813-433-0885. Or you send me an email to dj@wmnf.org. And I flew by. What's the name of your book, Aisha?
I Had to Woman Up.
I Had to Woman Up?
Yeah.
Any information about where to go check it out? Where can they go real quick?
They can find it at Barnes & Noble's. It's at Barnes & Noble. It's also on Amazon. You can have it sent to you through the mail. You don't even have to leave home to go to the bookstore. But I Had to Woman Up.
All right. Thank you.